Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Real. It's Slayer Sunday, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today I'm going to be looking at Season 3, Episode 7, Revelations. We begin the episode in the Bronze with Oz and his checkerboard shirt performing with the band, and Willow and Xander are still acting twitchy after their kiss in Homecoming. Willow changes the subject by pointing out that Buffy has been acting weird lately, and Cordelia speculates that she has a new boyfriend. But nope, she's just kicking it with Faith. Giles chills in the graveyard and watches the girls kick ass before doing some synchronized slaying.
Now, perfectly symmetrical violence never solved anything.
Buffy and Faith are pleased with themselves, but this British lady is not impressed. And just who is she? Well, she's Gwendolyn Post, Faith's new watcher. And into the credits we go. Faith is not on board with the idea of a new watcher, and Giles is not on board with her snarky comments about his book collection. So in conclusion, sod off, lady. But unfortunately, this lady is here to stay, and she exposits about a demon called Lagos who's coming to Sunnydale in search of a yada yada glove, which is super dangerous in the wrong hands. And she wants both of them to look for it. Tomorrow. At sunset. So, still no sense of urgency about these matters then? Buffy and Angel stroke the air together and decide not to make out because getting back together is a dumb idea. And they are correct. Giles is stressed about the whole thing, so stressed he drops a big old swear.
Most importantly, what he plans to do with this blasted glove.
And yells at Xander because he's sick of his wisecracks. Dude, same. Willow is tired of researching, so Xander gives her a massage, and she repays his favour by sucking his face, which Giles unknowingly interrupts. Or did he? Notice how Giles has his glasses in his mouth. Probably because he doesn't need them for reading, right? Maybe, but it comes out in a future episode that Giles takes off his glasses so he doesn't have to see the teenage stuff they all get up to. So while he's not pretending to clean his glasses in this instance, maybe he did see what Willow and Xander were up to, and denied all knowledge. Anyway, he's got a lead on the location of the Infinity Gauntlet, and Xander guiltily rushes off to investigate, while Faith and Buffy talk about boys, but go their separate ways. Faith comes across some big axe dude who kicks the crap into her pretty badly, but he can't find what he's looking for and takes off. Meanwhile...
Hey Giles, here's a nifty idea. Why don't I alleviate my guilt by going out and getting myself really killed?
Xander, on his little side quest, spots Angel out and wandering and follows him, only to find him making out with Buffy. Buffy freaks out and comes to her senses, but Angel is like, ta-da! Here's that glove you always wanted. I hope he kept the receipt. Angel warns her that once you put the thing on, it can never be removed, so don't poke it, Buffy. While Gwen is being an unwelcome house guest, and Xander bursts in, making things worse. The next day, everyone is gathered together like there's been a murder. Oh wait, sorry Jenny. Anyway, Giles reveals that they know about Angel, and it goes about as well as can be expected.
What gives you the right to suck face with your demon lover again?
It's a bit of a dog pile, but Xander has a point.
I don't need an excuse. I think lots of dead people actually constitutes a reason.
And Giles has to call a stop to it. But when he has Buffy in private, he gives one hell of a speech. And Anthony Stewart Head totally nails it.
I won't remind you that the fate of the world often lies with the Slayer. What would be the point? Nor shall I remind you that you have jeopardized the lives of all that you hold dear by harboring a no-murderer. But sadly, I must remind you that Angel tortured me. For hours. For pleasure. You should have told me he was alive. You didn't. You have no respect for me or the job I perform.
Wow, way to disappoint Giles, Buffy. Buffy asks Willow how much she hates her, but Willow is understanding of her secret keeping. Because, well, you know. Faith approaches Xander at the Bronze, asking why he's so pressed, and he spills the tea about Angel. Faith is pissed she was left out of the loop, and plans to kill Angel, so Xander goes along for the ride, while Giles calls Gwen in to tell her where the glove is, and she bonks him on the head. Wow, the stuck-up, annoying, overbearing new character is the secret bad guy? Colour me shocked. Buffy and Willow hang out in the graveyard, chatting about everything that's going on, and Willow is about to admit her secret relationship with Xander, when Lagos shows up, so Buffy stun double fights it, and oop, there goes his head. When Faith and Xander go to the library to arm themselves, they find Giles unconscious, and while Faith blames Angel, Xander isn't so sure, so while he calls an ambulance, Faith goes Rambo solo. When Buffy reaches the library, she finds Giles being carted away, but he stops to tell her to destroy the glove. But a little warning that Gwendolyn is an evil bitch might have been nice. Speaking of, she waltzes into Angel's place and spins some story before bonking him on the head too, but you can't keep a good vamp down, and he smacks her around, just in time for Faith to come in and get the wrong idea. They fight, nice couch by the way, and Buffy intervenes. So they fight, and it's fine, we didn't need that door anyway. Faith throws a chair like this is WWE and yeets Xander out of the way when he tries to calm them down. Gwen puts on the glove and yells at the sky. What happens to a Slayer when it's struck by lightning? No time to find out. Everybody run! Angel saves Willow from getting zapped, and Faith causes a distraction while Buffy ninja stars Gwen's arm off, and she takes a shit ton of lightning to the face. See ya, that lady. We learn afterwards that Xander is okay with things, but Cordelia is not, and Giles says that bitch-faced Gwendolyn used to be a watcher, but got booted from the club for being a nut job. Go figure. Buffy goes to see Faith to offer a hand of friendship, but Faith says she's just fine by herself. And what is that lethal-looking thing on the wall? Okay, so season 3 is really starting to pick up the pace now, and we can see this episode as the point that Faith starts to turn against the group. Even though I don't like her, her character arc is well done because you can see the cracks show over time ahead of her turning completely. I don't really care about the Buffy and Angel and Willow and Xander dramas, but I do like that there is a continuation of Xander's stance about the whole thing, and instead of being his usual jokey self, Xander really does hammer home his serious concerns about the whole situation. I do think the lie he told to Buffy in Becoming should have come out by now, but I guess it's still early days. And I like the bluntness of Cordelia, especially at the end where she is so against the choices Buffy has made. As for the main plot itself, Lagos was a bit of a throwaway character because it was super obvious that Gwendolyn was the true bad guy for this episode. If they had wanted it to be surprising, then Gwendolyn should have come in really nice and accommodating. Or they should have had the audience in the know from the word go, so there would have been an intentional unease every time she was on screen. I like the running foreshadowing of Giles' separation from the Watchers Council. And speaking of Giles, Jesus Christ, he's such a well-written and acted character that brings such dimension to the show, which is one of the many reasons why it's stood the test of time so well. We've got 4 more for our count. 2 vampires, killed simultaneously by Buffy and Faith. 1 demon, Lagos, who got the old Anne Boleyn treatment, courtesy of Buffy. And 1 human, Gwendolyn Post, who I'm reluctant to chalk up to Buffy even though she chopped her arm off. I don't know, I'll work it out by the season 3 wrap up. That brings our running total to 17 humans, 1 transformation, 15 vampires, and 7 demons. So there you have it. That was Revelations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot. Or consider subscribing if you want more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.